Imagine this: a platform with over 1 billion active users, millions of viral videos, and brands like Gucci, Nike, and McDonald's flooding their ads. TikTok's success is everywhere. It has revolutionized entertainment and made stars out of ordinary people. It's a global empire. And it seems unstoppable. But here's the truth: they are bleeding money. TikTok's reported $11 billion in revenue in 2024. Sounds impressive, right? But how is it that with so much revenue, TikTok is losing billions every year? Why is TikTok's financial model failing? What aren't they telling you about the future of the platform? Stay tuned, because what you're about to discover is bigger than you think. This is the hidden truth behind TikTok's empire and why it's on the brink of collapse. TikTok has 1 billion active users. That's 1/7 of the world's population. The platform brings in millions in ad revenue every day. It's got $1 billion valuation and everyone is talking about it. But behind the flashy app and viral content, things aren't as perfect as they seem. In 2024, TikTok made $11 billion in revenue. That sounds great, right? But do you know how much they spent to generate that? They spent over $10 billion in operating costs. On what? Servers, compliance, staff, tech upgrades, and more. That's barely a profit. So, what's happening here? How can a company making billions in revenue still lose so much money? It doesn't make sense. And that's exactly why TikTok's financial structure is broken. They're caught in a vicious cycle of growth without profitability. And the cracks are starting to show. Let's talk about TikTok's business model. On the surface, it's brilliant. The platform provides the engine, the creators provide the content, the creators get paid a portion, and TikTok takes a 70% cut of all the in-app transactions. Ads, virtual gifts, and brand deals, it sounds perfect, right? But here's the real problem. TikTok doesn't own the content. It doesn't own the value that's being created. Every viral video, every meme, every influencer brand partnership, that's all done by creators. TikTok just hosts it. So while creators are making millions, TikTok takes its cut. And the more creators TikTok attracts, the more it has to pay out. This isn't sustainable. The costs of running the platform are too high, and TikTok's profit margins are shrinking. And the deeper they go into the red, the harder it becomes to stay afloat. TikTok is in expansion mode. They're opening new markets in India, Brazil, and Europe, reaching millions of new users. Sounds amazing, right? More users equals more revenue. But here's the hidden catch. New markets come with huge costs. New regions mean new servers, new customer support teams, and compliance with local laws. It means expanding infrastructure, languages, and payment systems. And guess what? These investments aren't paying off nearly as quickly as TikTok anticipated. Every new market brings new legal battles, new regulations, and millions in overhead. The more TikTok expands, the more money they lose. It's a classic case of overexpansion. They're spending too much in their race to grow, but they're not making enough to sustain it. The platform might be growing, but at a massive cost. There's something else that could bring TikTok down: government scrutiny. TikTok's ownership by a Chinese company has raised major concerns in the US, EU, and other regions. Governments fear that the data TikTok collects could be used for surveillance or manipulation. Governments are cracking down on TikTok, and if they can't fix this issue, TikTok could face a ban in some of its biggest markets, the US and Europe. The platform is already fighting multiple lawsuits and privacy investigations, and the regulatory cost is mounting. TikTok has to spend millions on compliance teams, data protection, and legal defenses just to stay afloat. And here's the problem. Every time they try to solve a problem, another one pops up. At this rate, it won't be long before they can't keep up with the costs of compliance. What happens when the government comes for your business? TikTok's success depends on its creators. They drive engagement. They create the content that keeps users on the app. Without creators, TikTok has nothing. But creators are getting fed up. They're leaving TikTok for other platforms that offer better revenue shares and more control. TikTok has to pay creators a significant chunk of its revenue to keep them happy. But there's a problem. Creators don't feel like they're getting a fair share. They're being underpaid and they know it. TikTok is stuck. The more creators they bring in, the more they have to pay out. And right now, they don't have enough money to keep everyone happy. If TikTok can't keep its creators satisfied, the platform is going to start losing them. And when that happens, the whole empire will fall apart. TikTok isn't just sitting still. They're investing heavily in the future. TikTok shopping, augmented reality, virtual goods. They're pushing hard to become more than just a short video app. The problem is, none of these new ventures are making enough money to offset the massive costs involved. They're pouring millions into new tech, new products, and new features. But they're not seeing a return yet. The real question is, how long can TikTok keep this up? They're betting everything on the idea that growth will eventually justify spending. But at this rate, they could be heading toward a major collapse. So what happens next? Is TikTok going to implode under the weight of its own ambition? Or is there hope for them to pull through? The truth is, TikTok's empire is crumbling, and it's only a matter of time before the cracks get bigger. They've gambled with their success, and if they don't change course soon, their time at the top could be up. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to know more about the hidden secrets of today's biggest platforms. And remember, nothing lasts forever in the world of digital giants. Stay tuned.